Hello and welcome to the Our Metroidvania podcast. This is Cauldrath from the Our Metroidvania subreddit and Discord.
Hi, this is Master. I'm also from there.
Hello, I'm Atcero, and I'm also from there. Today, I'm gonna be sucking at Minish Cap while we talk about puzzles and
Minish Cap?
Yeah, I changed
That was Minch Cap.
No, Minish.
There's
two eyes in that, right? I'm not reading it wrong, right?
Yeah, there's two eyes.
Okay.
The Minish Cap, yeah.
Okay.
Or is it pronounced Minish Cap?
I
What
always
is a
thought it was
Minish? It is Minish. What is a Minish, though?
They literally describe it in the game. What do you mean?
I've never played it.
Well, now you can watch it.
That's true.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that this is their favorite 2D Zelda.
It's easily in my top 3.
Does it have puzzles?
I mean, it's a Zelda game. All Zelda games technically have puzzles. Or in your opinion, brain teaser, or what is it, activities?
Activities. Brain teasers. See, it's the teasing isn't like the thing you do to a person. The teasing's like it has to gradually pull the answer out of your brain.
Oh, gee.
So it's not like I object to how people use brain teasers.
I think you object to a lot of things in the world of puzzles. Also, I like how Zelda just walks into your house and she's like, "Sup, bitch?"
She's the princess, she owns everything. And I guess it's a smithy, so it's like walking into a store.
I mean, kinda. But they're friends in this. I really like the relationship in this game. They're good friends, and that makes me happy.
It's nice when characters actually like each other, believe it or not.
Well, okay, to be fair, in every Zelda game, they do like each other. However, in this world, it's established they've been childhood friends, which makes me happy.
It does make me happy too.
Kind of like Skyward Sword, actually. That's the dynamic they had then, too.
Aren't they also childhood friends in Wind Waker?
No. What? No. Spoilers for Wind Waker, Pirate Girl. Randomly shows up.
Oh, yeah.
I need to play these Zelda games. Maybe once I finish the Castlevania games, I can play the Zelda game.
I
So
forgot.
you just got Order of Ecclesia now, don't you?
Yeah,
And of course the Lords of Shadow games.
of course.
Yeah. Fun fact, you can actually soft lock yourself in this game. I
How
did.
so?
There's one dungeon where if you use up the keys in a wrong order, you soft lock yourself.
That sucks.
I know, I had to cheat myself in keys just to beat it. But yeah, puzzles, let's go! Puzzles and games, mainly Metroidvanias.
Does Lords of Shadow have puzzles?
It has activities. It's pretty much God of War. It's like,
Oh.
push this block halfway, like half a mile, and then, yay, you're done.
Does God of War have puzzles?
Oh my god. I think the newer one kinda had puzzle. I mean, they weren't tough in the new one by any means.
Well, the first one also had, like, the block pushing activities.
Yeah.
Do you remember having to think while playing the game?
No, it was usually just, like, you have to push a block, like half a mile, and then you completed it. Like,
I
there's
see.
a switch, and then... But usually it's not just a regular block, it's like a person in the cage, and then when you put them on the switch, it, like, murders them for some reason.
Oh, that's dumb.
Look at Link's face. Look at his eyes. He's got a very determined face in this game.
He does.
Puzzles clap. No, Cat McGee, don't encourage it, please. You saw my suffering.
What is Link's goal?
to save the princess.
The princess is right there.
For now. Give it, here, I'll give you 5 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes, and then you'll see.
Is Ganondorf gonna come and
Ah!
pull a Final Fantasy VII or something?
No, not yet.
Jeez.
It's sad that I still know what the Final Fantasy VII reference is, even though fuck that game.
I've never played it.
Go, oh god, I forgot she runs around in here.
You want to talk to the random NPCs?
No, I don't care, I want to get to the puzzles.
This reminds me a lot of the opening to Chrono Trigger.
I was actually thinking of Chrono Trigger when I saw this, just because I was thinking, well, maybe you can talk to these people and they have different things you can do.
I mean,
But
Maybe you
Yeah,
can
I
steal
don't
their lunch.
God, he has worse ADHD than I do.
I don't really play that many RPGs, though.
I highly recommend
JRPGs.
Zeldas. I mean, not JRPGs, obviously.
I can play Ys.
No.
Hey, I played a bit
Ys
of one
8.
of them.
Ys 8 is excellent. I'd recommend it to like just.
Is that the
anyone.
one on some sort of portable console?
Actually, I think it's on Vita. Oh, and also Switch.
I believe that's the one I've played some of.
Were you
Like
on
a fair
an
amount.
island?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good
It's a-
question.
It's a very important part of the story that you're on an island in 8, so probably not.
Oh no, I haven't done 8. I'd done 7.
Oh yeah, seven's a bit different.
Let the
What's up?
princess have the shield, damn it! Yeah, girl boss. But yeah, puzzles. Cat
The
McGee,
puzzle. Which one of these should you take? The shield?
I like Cat McGee.
It's
Of
a
course
puzzle.
the princess wins the raffle, rigged. I know, I was just thinking, isn't that kind of rigged? Oh, God, I ship it so hard.
Ba, 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 ba.
Adorable. Oh, look at how cute it is.
About the same size as the shields you have in all the games.
Exactly. I think it actually gets bigger in this. I do like the look too. The style of this game I love. Like I'm not a fan of Wind Waker's graphics, but in terms of like a 2D game, I think it's the best. I think it's amazing.
This looks nice, sure.
Oh yeah.
Who's that person to the left, though? They look like... Tingle? Was it? It looked like Tingle
Oh,
without a suit.
probably.
No. Too late.
Everything's-
No going back.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Business scrub.
Yeah, I got it.
Tutorials are fun. Tutorials are
Yep.
like the opposite of puzzles.
What if there's a tutorial for a puzzle?
And what's the point of the puzzle? Shouldn't puzzles teach you things through the process of solving them instead of telling you things?
Well, then aren't there tutorials then?
Yeah, that's just tutorial with extra steps. That is what you just described.
I mean, a good puzzle game introduces new mechanics in such a way that you figure out the answer.
Oh, like La Milana?
No, the opposite of that.
There it is. Here's the La Milana title drop for the night.
I was thinking more like Steven's Sausage Roll or Baba Is You. You see a problem, you go to the next puzzle and it's a new problem that you haven't seen before that you don't know exactly how to solve, and you have to figure out what you must do, and it's some novel interaction you haven't used before, usually.
Yeah, the problem with Baba Is You is that it lets you select the stage you go to, and sometimes you can do them out of order to the point like the one that was supposed to tutorialize something is one that you just haven't seen, and then you go to like one of the other areas, and they assume that you know mechanics that you haven't never seen before.
He's the man of the
Yeah.
hour.
That just means it's hard, and then you go back to the other area, and it's like, oh, this is a knowledge gate.
Effing
This
trap.
man is so mean to these guards. Now there's spiraling orbs. Oh no, you have to collect those later. Also, why is... Thought he was grabbing a sword, but there's just half a sword laying on the ground now.
Well, because he broke it.
But why would he do that?
Because he's evil. What do you mean? He just clearly established himself as the antagonist. What do you mean, Master? Also, Cat McGee, why did this guy fight the guards? He won the tournament and he had the right to actually try to touch the blade. Cat McGee, it's because this guy is so extra, he just had to prove his dominance to everyone.
I feel like attacking the guards somehow disqualifies you. They should really have a better rulebook. I was going to say codify, but I didn't remember if it was pronounced codify or codify. Didn't want to risk it.
I don't even know what that word means.
I think it's Codify, but
It's
who
codify.
knows? Okay, because I said it was the other one. It's to make something into a COD.
Oh god.
What a terrible dream I just had. Good thing the princess is fine.
I like how
I
they
like how he's just Master Smith. He doesn't have a real name.
I think he's his uncle, actually, in this game, too. Alright, let's just start skipping. So puzzles and conveyance, so yeah. You were saying a good puzzle, for it to be a good puzzle, it doesn't tell you anything, it just does it.
Well, I'm thinking of puzzle games, not
Oh, okay.
necessarily like a random puzzle you come across in another game. Like there's a sort of progression to how you learn the mechanics of a complicated puzzle game. It can be tutorialized very well with sometimes very sharp difficulty spikes because you have to figure out something completely new in order to solve the puzzle.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem with La Mulana is that it doesn't really build on itself. It's like each thing is its individual thing.
Yeah, the only thing that you could like argue builds off itself is the weights, and that's it. And
Yeah, that's something you learn like right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
I'd argue a lot of puzzles in La Mulana aren't really puzzles. It's just you find a tablet somewhere that says, "Oh, you gotta attack the statue," and you're like, "Okay, I'm gonna attack the statue when I see the statue," and then
there's
you
like 50 statues that qualify for whatever it said, and you have to try all of them.
You either the one example I'm thinking of, there's only one in that area. But in La Mulana, it's not like the tablets have to be in the right area anyways, though that's pretty much just for either late game stuff or something that's supposed to be kind of like a big puzzle you build up to while you're exploring in other places. Like the Eden puzzle.
I don't know. I'm like a really huge fan of how Zelda does it. I mean, Zelda is very predictable with how it does puzzles. Super predictable. Get an item in a dungeon, okay, you have to use that item in the dungeon and against the final boss.
Well, I think what it does well is when it does the puzzle box dungeons, where you have to like use the entire dungeon to solve something.
Yes. And, like, you have to use items you previously got and compound off of it. Because usually
Yeah.
they'll start mixing items like, oh, you got 2 claw shots now. What can you do with that? Oh, and you got the heavy boots. What can you do?
It's still mostly just like, oh, that's the really obvious grapple block, and I can grapple onto that. And then there's the really obvious not other thing. But I mean, sometimes it can be interesting.
I would say with Twilight Princess, they did try to move away from the obvious grapple spots. Like, yes, there are obvious ones, but then there's not so obvious ones, and you're like, oh, it's actually, oh, that's actually kind of cool that I can grapple onto that and actually use it to my advantage.
Yeah, I think just simple things like that are really how you make fairly simple puzzles more interesting, where you have to actually carefully observe your environment.
Smashing it.
Right, if everything if everything you have to interact with sticks out perfectly, then you can do it without thinking much about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of games with the puzzles where it's just like a series of switches, and it's like just flip all the switches and then you've solved it.
Yeah.
And that is definitely an activity and not a puzzle.
And if you think about it, sometimes Metroidvanias are like that too with the ability gates. Like, oh, I got this ability gate, and I pretty much just have to go back to that one area and use it. Kind of like how La Mulana does it at times with its items. Where they become more like just keys rather than actual abilities that you can use in multiple areas and combine. Hi Enzo, how you doing?
Yeah, the way that La Mulana handles items is why I consider it similar to a point-and-click adventure game.
Yeah.
Because it's basically just like use item on thing to have a thing happen.
Though sometimes it does make you think like, what unexpected use for an item I have can I use in this situation? And those are things that are actually more interesting.
Yeah.
But also those are the things people might call obscure. Where it's like, oh, this item I got 10 hours ago does something that I didn't expect it to.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue I have is that in most games that have puzzles, there's like a goal that you're trying to accomplish, and then you like find the pieces in the environment that let you accomplish that goal. Some of them might be red herrings, some of them might like you have to use multiple times, but there's a goal, and then you have to find the things that you need to accomplish that goal. In La Mulana, a lot of the times it's like the game tells you to do something, and then something happens, and then
That's
you can
it.
like do something else.
Yeah.
It's not like you're trying to do something. It's just like you're doing something, and then something happens.
Not quite sure I follow.
So like in Zelda, a lot of the times it'll be like there's a chest, and then you need to figure out how to get to the chest. In La Mulana, it's like there's like a switch, and then you pull the switch, and then something pops out or a door opens somewhere, and like you weren't trying to do whatever, like you weren't trying to accomplish whatever happens. You were just doing stuff, and then it happened to allow you to do some other stuff.
Yeah, you do kind of have to interact with a lot of random switches and things. Though, I mean, when you find a chest or something, you usually have the means within that room to open the chest. And also usually there's a tablet nearby that will tell you how to do it, or there'll just be a switch out of reach.
Yeah, those are usually the better ones.
Yeah, I'd agree.
God, the
What are they?
Minish. Those are the Minish.
Oh,
That's why it's called Minish Cap.
I see. I guess there's a
Oh,
lot of talk about size in this game. That's why they mentioned the shield was small.
Also, I'm like how I just used my smart sword. Thank God it didn't hurt him. What's up, my nerd?
They want you to perceive everything in the environment as smaller than it could be perceived. So they make sure to mention that things are small.
Well, no, I think the tiny shield was just because it's like, haha, cute tiny shield. Because I think you do get bigger shields later on.
Okay. It seems like they're going for the small and cute aesthetic, so that's also what they're emphasizing.
Oh,
Ooh,
beautiful
maybe you
music.
have to translate the Minish dialect by
There's someone who does it
transposing
for
the
you.
letters.
There, okay. What is this, La Mulana and the number puzzle? No, thank you. What's up?
Yeah, isn't there a part
Oh.
in ESA where you have to translate something?
Yeah.
Also, we know this guy is smart because he has glasses.
Yeah, spoilers for Environmental Station Alpha post-game had mild spoilers. When you start the post-game, you basically get introduced to the fact that there are a lot of tablets that just have alien characters on them, and you learn through certain tablets, whatever it is in ESA, which letters correspond to which English letters, and you have to manually translate the tablets. But once you get further into the post game, you're past the point. You're seeing things you wouldn't have been able to see without having translated a bunch of things previously. You still have to translate the tablets. And there's this one area where there's just like 15 different clues, and you have to translate them all in order to, read them. And that, if you're not very good at translating stuff at that point, it can take a bit of your time. Because what are you gonna do? Just leave a large number of things unread?
So it sounds like the aliens actually speak English, they just have a different alphabet.
Oh, so it's like Daedric, but with extra steps.
I mean, I think that's a reasonable enough thing to do in a game where the focus isn't on the world building, I suppose. It makes it like you probably wouldn't want to learn a different grammatical structure and completely different letters and words for ESA. But maybe for an adventure game, or honestly, La Mulana they could have done more with the La Mulanese.
Oh yeah, you get translation software. Isn't there some point in one of the two games where you're supposed to turn it off to see the original characters too?
For La Mulana.
I mean, it's something you can do in La Mulana 1 to help you figure out like the numbers and their
La Mulana,
meanings.
these nuts.
I should have mentioned that we have La Mulana puzzle spoilers.
Oh yeah, lots of them.
I mean, not that we're gonna talk about only La Mulana,
Yeah.
but
But no, yep.
We have all three played a La Mulana game in the last week.
That is true.
this is true.
I'm so glad it's over. What's up, nerd? Yes. Thank you. Oh, that is a sexy noise. So much better than La Mulana's.
What's with you and just hating on La Mulana
'Cause
just
it's
randomly?
easy. It's so easy. It's low-hanging fruit. No, I don't wanna save.
So is this bird cap thing one of the annoying entities that constantly talk at you, or is this one of the better ones?
It's one of the better ones. It's only when I hit select, or select is the main time, otherwise it's story-wise. So, like, that's me hitting select. So
It's cute.
He's more of a you get to choose kind of thing.
Yeah, so now that's a way you can get hints for your puzzles.
Yes. And hints are nice without having to consult a guide.
Yeah. Let's use a hint-based guide.
Imagine. Yep. Ah. Gotta use my big, strong link muscles.
Yeah, in pretty much every other game you could sword slash the pots.
I think that's an upgrade. Oh, look at puzzle! Ah, God, my massive brain.
Wow, that was some puzzle.
It was the exact same puzzle as last time.
I wonder what the puzzle is in this room, guys. It's really hard to tell. A key. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
See, this is
See?
teaching you that those are in fact buttons that you can press.
I forgot that there are buttons or I had to slide into them. I'm very used to Zelda 1. Too bad, nerd. I'm already 5 steps ahead of you.
Hey, another thing with La Mulana that makes it a little bit different with the puzzles is that you kind of just randomly come across this, like, the instructions for solving puzzles that you've never seen before. And, like, that's the whole thing, is that you have to remember or write things down for later, and you have to realize when things become relevant and keep track of what you still haven't found yet.
That's a lot of work. Because there's a lot in that game. That game is very, very dense.
Yeah.
That gets very old very fast.
I actually think it would be improved a bit by having, like, usually there's like one tablet and then that is the solution to one puzzle. Like, I think it would be better if there were more of them that were, like, relevant to multiple things.
Well, there are certainly a fair amount in La Mulana where there are multiple tablets hitting to something, and you only need one of them to figure it out.
Well, I mean the opposite too, where like one tablet has hints for 2 different things.
Oh yeah, that's true though. That could get confusing. Like, how many sentences are you writing on one tablet?
As
A
many
whole
as you need to.
backstory of the frickin' giants in one.
Yeah.
I mean, with one hint being on one tablet, it means it's easier to keep track of what you know that you've done and what you haven't encountered yet.
The fact that the game needs to give you an upgraded software, though, just to keep track of all your notes. And then you still have to physically write stuff down. I
Yeah.
think it's kinda extreme.
Well, it's better than nothing, I'm sure you'd agree. Though, La Mulana 2 is way better. You just get one version of the software right away pretty much, and it's got like 40 slots or something. It's a lot. But also, La Mulana 2 has a lot of things you need to, like, the solution isn't something you need to figure out. It's not instructions on, like, oh, I gotta hit the statue. It's something you can remember that's, like, in action. But a lot of the tablets in La Mulana 2 are more like a code that you have to remember. And if you don't write them down, you'll probably forget the exact code and you won't be able to complete the puzzle.
Bro.
I mean, you'd probably like those more because it's obvious what you have to do and words are like highlighted, so
I trusted you once. I don't know if I can trust you again.
I mean, Cauldrath would probably agree that it's less obscure in La Mulana 2.
Is it worth it though, Cauldrath?
I wouldn't say it's worth it, but I did like Lamalana 2 more. Well, I like the second half of Lamalana 2 more than Lamalana 1. The first half, I think Lamalana 1 did better.
First half and 2 barely has puzzles.
Yeah,
You
it
just
feels
kind of
like
go around and you do like self-contained screen stuff
yeah,
mostly.
the beginning of Lamalana 2 feels like it's just a really crappy Metroidvania, like a regular one, just like done really poorly. Whereas there's like, well, the first Lamalana felt more like more like Lamalana.
Oh shit.
I
Yeah, that was
suppose I'd
kind
agree.
of a puzzle.
I mean, they're just building up right now. That's how they always work.
Showing you that you can pull things as well as push things.
Yep.
Yep.
And push pots.
See, the thing with like puzzle focus games, I'm talking about actual puzzle games, not Metroidvanias with puzzles in them, is that you can like you can just fly through the tutorial puzzles and get to harder stuff if it's assuming it's not, you know, you're not playing like a mobile game or something. If you call like Candy Crush a puzzle game that takes forever to build up, or some puzzle game that has 200 levels and it's just the same puzzle repeatedly. You know what I mean, right? But usually it's not that. You can go through the tutorial and get to the actual meat of puzzles relatively quickly. Though I also tend to want to play the games like Steven's Sausage Roll that are known for their hard difficulty that escalates quickly and never gets easier. So maybe I'm not the least biased person. What puzzle games do you people play?
So, you actually got me the like. Let's see, what was it called? Opus Magnum.
Oh yeah.
I actually like that a bunch because one of the things I have a problem with in a lot of puzzle games is that it's pretty binary. Like there's only one solution, whereas that game and other games like it, they're Zachtronics games. They'll have puzzles that there's a lot of different solutions for, but you're encouraged to find ways to like have better solutions.
It's an optimizing game.
Yeah.
I agree. It's you can consider those kind of different from a puzzle. Like some people say that the electronics games are more like just working, but I think they're fun. And some of them do kind of require you to figure out. You do have to figure out certain ways the mechanics work in order to get through some levels.
Mhm.
Maybe not with Opus Magnum because there's pretty much no restrictions in that game, but in some of the other ones, for sure. Usually have like a very limited field in which you can work.
Yeah, like there's a post game where it's like normally the area that you can work with is really wide open, but then they constrict you to a very small area in the post game, so it winds up being more similar to a regular puzzle game where there's very few solutions.
Is dungeon spelunking itself a puzzle?
Probably not.
Oh this is the Zelda 2 fight theme.
Nice. I'm thinking, is there any way to formulate exploration as a sort of puzzle in a game? I mean,
I think it's more
I
the
think so.
opposite, where you can like have puzzles that are exploratory, where you're like exploring mechanics.
Yeah,
instead
kind
of
of like
places.
the witness, I would say.
Oh.
That had a weird kind of mix of exploring the world while also doing puzzles.
That does have both of those things, but that's not what I was
Going
thinking
for.
of exactly. But we can talk about the witness.
I actually haven't played it.
I played a little bit of it. I'm not huge on it like coaches.
It's not a game I would recommend to everyone. You have to actually enjoy the specific type of puzzle that is in that game, because every puzzle in the game is a version of that puzzle. It's you're drawing you have basically a grid, and you're drawing a line from the starting point to the ending point. And there's various mechanics you add on to, but I mean there's something like 800 puzzles in that game. And if you're going in not particularly liking that kind of puzzle, you're not gonna have a good time 3 hours into the game when you're still doing the same thing. But it does have a lot of unique you'll have like details in the environment that clue you into the puzzle or something, and then there's other interactions in the world that I won't discuss because of spoilers that relate to the puzzles that you're solving. And plus just the exploration people like, and it has something tangential. The Witness kind of has this it's kind of pretending to be philosophical, and some people really don't like that. I mean, when I say pretending, I don't mean that it isn't, but
It
you
does kind of have this almost pretentious vibe when you do
yeah,
hear, like, the spoilers of it. Because I found a few of them, and I'm like, what the hell is this shit? I'm just want to solve grid shit, man.
I like Braid was too.
Same person. I don't even know what you're talking about in terms of pretentious spoilers, but I just know there's.
I mean, spoilers. Cover your ears, children.
Hey, don't spoil me.
Wait. Oh, then if you don't know, never mind.
I know there's like. You got there's a place you can go and just watch philosophical rants video, and it's kind of funny. You'll find codes that you can input into a terminal, and some guy will just be existential for a few minutes. And then you're like, wow.
Glad I watched this. Oh, I know what I can do. Got here. Puzzles! I got this thing, and I got this thing.
Wow.
I'm so smart.
Yes.
You rubbed object on environment.
Now I died. No, I know what to do. I know what to do! Done this before!
Stuck the landing though.
I know, right?
See did the bird just kind of appear without prompting?
Yeah, but that's because this is the first dungeon.
In this situation, I mean, there's only one thing you can do. It should be obvious to just try the one thing that you're able to do. Maybe if it didn't lock you in, but like it locks you in, you have to do the thing.
I'm trying to go too fast. I'm not a speedrunner.
Kind of like Metroid Dread.
Oh.
More like Super Metroid locking you in a hole till you can figure out how to wall jump.
That is Metroid Dread, just the entire game.
Oh. But do you figure out how to do new things? In Metroid
No,
Dread?
but like it locks you in until you've like done whatever you need to do to progress.
That is a shame.
So I guess if you're David Yaffe or however it's pronounced, you have to learn to shoot the like blocks that are obviously there.
I actually did get stuck on one of those, and that was because I thought I hit it with my beam, but apparently I didn't. I don't have.
See, sometimes, often in a kind of puzzle, especially in La Mulana, it's not always obvious that you're interacting with the puzzle.
Mhm.
You see it, conveyance.
Oh, conveyance. What is it? What is conveyance? Please explain that, Master.
Well, you see, conveyance is how the game decides to tell you. It's how the game gives you feedback or tells you what to do. How it conveys information to you, the player. When I'm thinking of conveyance as not like directly telling you something,
Like with boss ticks
like
and stuff.
like a tutorial. It's not conveyance. That's just a tutorial.
Yeah.
But other things are conveyance. The unwritten rules of the video game.
Like Punch Out when you're fighting the bosses.
I haven't played Punch Out.
Each boss has their own little visual clue or a conveyance that they're gonna punch you. And so it's up to you as the player to figure out, okay, how can I use that to my advantage? There's that super hidden one that was found out kind of recently, or at least made publicly recently. That was kind of really unknown. Where Bald Bull's boss fight in the NES one, one of the audience members will actually move, which doesn't move the rest of the fight, to convey that it's that Bald Bull is gonna attack you with a special. So if you punch him at the right time, you knock him down in one hit, kind of thing. That's very
Interesting.
common. Oh. Yeah.
All I know about
Sucky
that
suck.
game is the Summoning Salt video that I watched. Watch Summoning Salt. These are good videos.
What'd they say?
It was just like the history of speedrunning the game. And how people eventually figured out some optimal strategies for making things easier to do quickly.
That makes sense. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Punch Out actually is pretty similar to like Dark Souls, where
You did not!
yeah, I
You did not
I
just
did,
say that!
I did. I said it, and I
What
stand
is
by it
wrong with you?
because
Sir?
it's all about memorizing boss telegraphs and then counterattacking.
You sicken me. Oh, God. You know, people think I'm extreme with my shitty, you know, references and stuff, and then you come out here like, haha, guess what? Punch
Hey,
Out is the Dark Souls of the NES.
He just said it was like
No,
Dark Souls in one
Dark-
aspect, not that it's a Souls-like.
Yeah.
Is it a Souls-like?
No, but Dark Souls is the Punch Out of action RPGs.
Oh my god.
See, I'd agree with that. Gotta suck the mushroom.
Gotta suck the shroom. Don't do this at home, kids. Oh shit. Especially not like that.
It happened there.
That's a big choo.
What does that mean?
Well, it's a normal size choo-choo, but it's boss size for me.
Oh, that's fun.
The goopy goop fell through.
You should probably become large again.
Nope, can't. This is the boss
Oh
fight.
no.
Which I think is actually kind of a cool twist.
It is fun. It's recontextualization.
See, they're conveying because the boss has a big boy head. You gotta make him tip. Because the head gets fat.
Wow.
Or you just use whatever item you found in the dungeon on the boss.
Exactly.
You don't have to think. It's conveyance is for
Nope.
not making you think.
Oh, frick. That was my fault.
Well, no, conveyance. It doesn't make it so you don't have to think. It like gives you a framework to think about.
I know, I don't actually think that. I did not properly convey.
Oh my god. Come on, follow my nerd. Come on. There we go.
Often you'll have like the big glowing weak
Oh, he's
spot
fast now.
for bosses. That's the man. I really hate just big glowing weak point bosses. It's so unsatisfying.
I like exposing the weak point. I like when it's like, okay, I see this is probably the weak point, but how can I actually hit it? And
See,
that's kind
that's
of a puzzle
actually-
in itself.
Yeah, that's interesting. That reminds me of another game I haven't played. I believe it's called Titan Souls. Is that the one where it's just
Yeah.
boss battles?
Resident
I believe
Evil
so.
syndrome.
Isn't that the one where you have one arrow and you have to like keep picking it up?
Yeah, I think it's basically you only need to hit the boss once in their weak spot, but it's a lot of work to get to that point. And you also die in one hit. I haven't. It's one of those games that's on my Steam wish list that's always like $3 because it's on sale, and I never buy it even though it's on my wish list. But I'll be like, "What is that game?" And then I click on it, and I remember, "Oh yeah, that's the boss game."
I'm so used to my like A button being roll, my right trigger button being a weapon from the Game Boy or GameCube games.
Oh.
Thanks, broski. Appreciate you. Also, I just realized his staff is literally a threaded needle.
Oh, yeah.
Hollow Knight,
What about Hollow Knight?
Silk Song,
Oh my god! Oh, look at his little
Hornet.
head!
That's the
Holy-
connection.
That's the missing piece!
Confirmed Hollow Knight is a sequel to Minish Cap.
See,
Oh, I've
Minish
been
Cap-
here for 5 minutes.
it came out on November 4th, 2004, and that means that Silk Song is gonna come out February 4th.
2040.
Bro, you're so
2022.
delusional. It's not even funny. Are you okay?
February
Do you need
14th
help?
is gonna happen.
Do you need help, good sir?
I do not.
He's sitting there in his clown costume as we speak.
Putting on the makeup.
Yeah, I've got other things to look forward to for the time being. I'm not just thinking about Silk Song. They're games I can look forward to with actual release dates. It's a lot healthier.
Elden Ring will be like.
Yeah, I actually bought that with that Fanatical sale.
I also did that though.
How much was it?
Like 50 bucks.
$10 off is nice for a game that's not
Oh
out.
shit.
But I always talk about how I really don't like pre-orders, and I still don't. But
And there's
yeah,
a discount.
discounts are the only thing that will get me to pre-order a game.
When I get my tax return, because I am a broke bitch right now, and then I'll probably buy it. File early, kiddos. If you can file early, do it, because you get your money back faster.
You shouldn't be getting any money back.
Huh?
If you're getting money back, you did it wrong.
I'm a
That's why I
student.
wait for April.
I'm a student. Of course I get money back. I get bank back, actually, student. Frickin'
Oh.
damn university wants to take 10,000 of my cash. I'm getting a certain amount back.
See, I've got that, and then on Friday, Path of Exile update, which is the game where it's a puzzle to figure out how to make a character that doesn't immediately die.
Oh wow, this looks not suspicious at all. Puzzles!
Puzzle. And conveyance.
Yeah. It's so not satisfying to there's certain chests in Zelda games where you open them and it's just, why did I even come here to get 5 rupees?
Well, the shells are like limited, and I think don't you need like almost all of them?
I don't
I'm
know,
not
I don't
talking about that
100% this
chest in
game.
particular.
Me 100%ing a game? You're insane. You're
But that's
delusional even.
That's the thing with Zelda games. If you have too many chests, you run out of interesting stuff to give the player.
But see, I'm greedy, so I'm more than fine just getting money. Yeah. Yeah. Sexy.
Eventually,
Conveyance.
they're just gonna start splitting heart fragments into like tenths.
Let me be, you know, greedy, master.
It's like Korok seeds, but for
Oh, I'm
health.
so glad I never did the Korok seeds. That was one thing I would not torture myself with. I tortured myself with the shrines, and I called that enough.
Yeah, the Korok seeds are kind of like La Milana level BS, where it's just like
BS,
do some
you
random
say?
thing, yeah, do some random thing somewhere, and then you might get a Korok seed.
Difference is that one is a dense game world and the other is an open world.
I don't know, La Milana, I forgot a lot of paths in that game. I'm like, where the hell do I go again? How do I get back here? Because you don't go to an area for a long time sometimes, and it's like,
It is still large enough that it's annoying to have to go to every single room and try like rub every new item on everything.
When do you actually do that though?
Whenever you get a new item.
Like what? Name an item.
The very last puzzle.
Anytime you beat a boss, you have to.
You didn't even figure that one out. You just looked it up.
See, I look things up when I know that the alternative is go to every single room in the game.
Yup. Hey guys, look at
But
my rupees. Oh, wait.
the map, it's so cool. Such a meta thing, which I won't elaborate on because spoilers.
Wait.
Because everyone should figure it out for themselves.
Are we talking about the thing
Nice.
Atcero looked up?
Yeah.
What did I look
So,
up?
The last puzzle.
Yeah. Well, and it didn't help that there was a backseat gamer.
Oh, it's true. I wasn't there for it.
Yeah, like, ooh, that probably pissed me off the most with that, if I'm gonna be honest. And that is the main reason I stopped enjoying that part, was like, bro, just stop talking.
Should have banned him.
See, I don't like banning people without an offense. Now it's an offense. Now I can time them out and tell them to sit down and be quiet, because I have a rule for it. They weren't really doing anything the last time, they were just being annoying.
Sorry that other people ruined your enjoyment of such a good game.
It's not a good game. I wasn't enjoying it. I named every single one of my streams pain of some sort.
including the first one?
I don't think I did the first one.
Yeah, you're still young and naive.
I was a sweet summer child. Not knowing what bullshit lay ahead of me for quote-unquote puzzles in that game.
Taking month-long breaks is not a good idea. Because
I'm
if you
busy!
So
I
so
have
somebody should
college!
start La Milana 2 and then take a really long break and then finish it later.
Hey, I just restarted it.
Oh, you still took a break.
Yeah, but I didn't expect to remember things coming back to it.
You're like right at the end now too, aren't you?
Oh, I'm fighting the final boss.
Jeez, man.
You should go do the DLC now then.
Before I defeat them for the first time.
Yeah.
But why?
because after that you can't do the DLC.
Okay, but I mean, do I have a chance to save after?
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
messes, and that
Yeah,
like just
yeah, so-
breaks your DLC experience.
Yeah, so you can beat the final boss and then save afterwards as long as you have a save spot or a save before the final boss.
Yeah, I have. I mean, I figure like I have a backup, and I save on several slots.
Like me.
No, I just save on like 2 slots.
Oh, you don't do my line of saves.
Nah.
What's up, my dude? Oh,
Have
the
you
first
finished
step of
the
it,
DLC?
I have not.
How much time have you spent on it? You just bombed a guard.
I didn't try to. Okay, that was an accident. Did you hear my oh shit?
Just committed terrorism.
You know, I don't want to hear this from you when you fucking rolled up all those innocent people and cats and balls. I killed one person. You killed many.
They weren't necessarily dead.
Hey, mine are serving a higher purpose. They're
Oh.
literally for God. Like,
Okay, and maybe I'm giving souls to, you know, the 3 goddesses. What's wrong with that?
are you?
Hey, look at it's a boo.
I have about 9 hours for the DLC so far.
Are you making any progress?
Yeah, basically whenever I feel like there's nothing reasonable left for me to do, I just stop and then look up what the next thing is.
And is it something unreasonable?
Yes, it's always something unreasonable.
It's La Mulana. Is
To be
that even a question?
no, that's the whole point of the DLC is that it says unreasonable as possible while still being
Why
beatable.
would you want to play that then? That just sounds like hell. Dude, can you be not in my way?
Okay, well, like La Mulana 2 doesn't have that many insane challenges. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot
but-
of things are very obvious what you're doing.
Yeah, a lot of the DLC isn't as much puzzles as like platforming challenges. It feels a lot like playing I Want to Be the Guy. Because it'll just like randomly murder you for no reason.
Oh yeah. Did you ever play the La Mulana 1 equivalent?
No.
Yeah, it was kind of the same deal. Though I imagine they can be even harder because you have so much more mobility into. You got.
Yeah.
It actually sounds worse than just playing La Mulana 1. Like, imagine trying to fight some of the bosses and just do some of the platforming in 2 without that extra mobility.
You mean what they
Yeah.
should have had in 1 to begin?
It's the game's trying to emulate like MSX. Give it a break.
I know it is. Doesn't mean I agree. I understand, but I don't agree. Cause it's not MSX. Believe it or not. It's modern. Suck this dick.
It's almost like people make retro games and then give them pseudo retro game mechanics.
Yeah, but there's a good right way and a wrong way to do it. Yacht games, they do it the right way. It's still fun, still refreshing. It's not completely BS like it could have been. It's fun, and I'm very excited for the new one. Gotta get the Lana.
Yeah, Yacht Club tries to basically remake games that have aged well.
Yes. Also, I have no idea where to go. Damn, it's La Mulana all over
Conveyance.
again.
So La Mulana, yeah, you still haven't played Maze of Gallius, have you?
I have not.
Yeah, that's what La Mulana feels very based on.
I should. It seems like it's a good game.
I thought it was also based off of, maybe? I'm not sure, but Kings of Alley?
I'm not familiar with that.
Some of the songs from Portrait of Ruin are from it. Maybe we shouldn't... Bro, this is an RPG! I should be able to raid whatever house I want! What's up, my nerd?
Yeah, like you can barge into this guy's house and just break all his pots and take the
Ah,
rubies.
I want to flip his pot though.
Clearly, you need a larger glove because that's how it works.
No, is it the glove? No, it's something else. I think it's something I can roll.
Didn't you see that that bookcase was clearly pushable?
I think it's when you're. It doesn't matter right now. It's when you're a Minish size. That's when it matters. So this only matters when you're Minish sized. Also, you don't have the glove.
So you said it wasn't a glove.
No, it's not the glove for the pot. I was talking about the pot.
Okay. Monsters everywhere, huh?
What's up, my nerd? Oh shit! I'm sorry!
Walk out! Walk out! Walk out!
Damn it!
Wallets are like the worst thing in Zelda games.
Doesn't even let you try to steal it.
Yeah, come on. What kind of game is this? What's up? Oh, that celebration was amazing, but now we got monsters around, guys. It's fine. We're cool.
I know they want you to like spend your money on things and not hoard it, but hoarding things is half the reason I play video games, you know? Shoo. Well, that's
That's what I was
Interesting
saying. I
hole.
wanted to flip the pot. It's really cool, honestly. Ah. I don't know if I can do anything here yet, though.
And you just walk out the door.
good.
There
Got
were a
that.
lot of things that.
I think this is a step, yeah, because the
need
step
to be
prevents me.
Okay.
Are the normal-sized people aware of the small people?
No, they cannot see him. That was established at the beginning of the game.
Okay. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
too busy talking about puzzles.
No, you're good. I'm just explaining. Because I get
Nobody-
it.
Nobody wonders where Link went. Just some random guy just jumped on top of their pot and then disappeared.
Just... Oh, I wonder where it went.
Another day in Hyrule or whatever Hyrule adjacent town this is.
No, this is Hyrule. This is Castletown.
Okay.
I think only... what?
Link's Awakening and Majora's Mask.
And technically Wind Waker?
Eh,
Kinda? It's a fringe one.
Kinda. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
I don't really ever talk about areas outside of Hyrule though, so it might just be like Hyrule is Earth.
It's
So you-
Tamriel.
You just broke a random bush and inside of it was a
Oh,
piece
shit.
of something. That's basically a Korok seed.
You just love just dropping
I'm
bombs.
trying
man.
not to, okay?
You can equip anything else.
I did! Tasty, tasty. I know where I have to go to farm them, though.
Need 8 more, and then you can hold more rupees.
Exactly!
Just get rid of all your rupees so you can hold more in the future.
There we go.
Yep.
That would be.
Kill
An
these
investment.
nerds.
Fun fact, La Mulana 2 has a wallet upgrade.
Can't you
Oh,
just hold
yeah.
as much as
I
you
hated
want
that.
in one?
I hated that so much because like I had to grind money for something, and then I got to like the maximum, and it was like one shy of what it cost to get the item.
I thought it was funny.
It's just, oh my god.
Good thing it takes like 3 minutes to grind enough money.
Oh, get out of here. Oh, other kins.
I guess you found a grinding spot that I didn't bother finding. Because I also never bought the last shield.
Reminds me of the person in my chat who kept like, hey, you wanna know how to grind money? And I'm like, oh.
See, I know exactly what they were talking about too. which I can tell you about.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's getting the gremlin fairy.
Yeah, of course you need that. So there's like a screen transition in the Chamber of Extinction where there's this group of like 5 walls that you think you can break, and you go into the other room. They're stacked on top of each other if you remember it, and they respawn. And you just get like 100 coins for breaking these 5 walls, and you just get money
just rinse
very
repeat.
quickly.
Yeah, I liked my grindy spot. My grindy spot worked. Oh, I have 81. I didn't. But hell yeah.
You'll even have 1 rupee to keep in that new wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these Kingstone pieces. Let's go. Puzzles.
La Mulana style.
Mulana style. Actually, these are more enjoyable than La Mulana, so I can't go that far.
Into, I would get maybe like 200 to 300 coins per fairy. So, not so long. I would go to a chili place, and the enemies there give much moolah.
Mm.
So can you break the shield that you have?
Yes.
see.
The first shield in Zelda games are usually always breakable.
I figured. At
Okay.
least
Also a monk.
burnable.
There's also the likes that will eat your shield.
Yeah, fuck those guys. I hate likes. Can I leave now?
I think you're supposed to.
Oh.
Yeah, we have another like 20 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, so with the wallet, it's so you get to 999 without the upgrade. So it's not like you really need it for more than, you know, like one thing, basically. But it's always nice to hold more money. Why you keep bombing people? That was on purpose.
No, you didn't see shit.
It's premeditated.
No.
It might not have exploded.
You can't prove anything.
Wait, there's a school in. Was that a school that you were at a moment ago?
Yeah.
I missed it. So why is the teacher standing outside?
I don't know, man. I just work.
What are the students doing?
What's up, Mayor?
Trying to escape, so she has to block the door.
I'm just concerned when I see someone guarding a room full of children.
Oh, I don't have the magic right now. Damn it. Forgot.
So what are the kinstone pieces for?
You just find people with them, and then you can like hook them up with them, and then they might get you something.
Oh, so it's
It's a side
They're-
thing. You
they're-
don't have to do
they're-
it.
the relationship
collectibles.
system.
Yeah.
These are just Korok seed. I don't see the difference.
What's up, kiddo?
The difference is that you get better stuff from finding all of them.
What can be better than holding more things? An inventory slot is equivalent to the most valuable thing that you could hold in it in terms of
Good
worth.
keys.
I mean, the very last thing you get from the Korok seeds.
What the? What? God. What's up, my dude?
Why don't you just walk past the dog?
Because it's a puzzle and she hasn't solved it yet.
Don't have that piece.
Yeah, that's actually. I was playing the first, shoot, what's it called? Life is Strange.
Mhm.
And, like, the very first episode on it is, like, there's a part where you just need to, like, get back into your dorm, and there's a bunch of girls sitting on the steps, and you can't just walk past them.
I know, it's...
You're too socially awkward.
God.
Yeah, I really don't want to barge into the
Oh, I don't give
activities
a
of
shit.
the loiterers.
If they're sitting and I can't get in there, I'm gonna kick their ass. Oh, there we go.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna just walk past them?
Yeah, exactly. Or you could be
I mean,
like, hey, can you please scoot over? I gotta get through.
There's enough of them. I would like try to find another door before asking them to move. So it depends on what they're doing.
And then the thing that you wind up having to do is like way worse.
Like trigger the fire alarm so if people leaves they get into your dorm. Something like that.
Oh, shit.
Just absolute chaotic choices. This reminds me of there is a point and click game called The Mystery of the Druids. And I watched a YouTube video on it, and you make lots of morally questionable decisions throughout your time to complete activities, just like stealing things from hobos and
That's pretty common in point-and-click adventure games.
Hey, it looks
The-
exactly
the-
like Ash. Look at the Right.
The one that's most like that is the Sam and Max games, though.
but that's like the point.
Yeah, LucasArts games were always insane with their stuff. Even like Maniac
Macchiato?
Mansion was like that.
Oh yeah.
No, the one is you poison the homeless man's
What?
drink and he passes out so you can steal money to make a phone call.
What the hell? I mean, that is a very point-and-click solution. I will give them that, but still. Oh my god. I have
just
no
very
idea where to go.
But yeah, point-and-clicks are usually very dense with puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them have a lot of moon logic to those puzzles. So it seems like a good genre to like look at and figure out like what ones are, like what works and what doesn't work.
Perhaps.
Damn it.
It's a puzzle.
It is a puzzle.
But it hasn't been conveyed well because you have no idea what you're supposed to be doing.
I am also blonde. I will fully admit this.
But you're drab blonde, so
Hmm. Still pretty blonde, man. At least I got the roll. Oh, wait, I want to... Come this way.
wasn't there that one like then when you went in the mayor's house, your hat was like, "Hey, there's something suspicious about this house," and there was one of those pots that lets you shrink down and a ladder.
Oh, I couldn't flip it, though. It wasn't flipped, was it?
I thought it was, maybe not.
Was it?
Oh, okay.
I was gonna go back to the store and see if I can do it.
What other good puzzle games are there? We haven't talked about different kinds of puzzles. You've got your spatial reasoning puzzles, you've got your logic puzzles,
You got your La Mulana puzzles.
got your riddles. There are many types of puzzles. Lately, I've been playing that Minesweeper if it were actual crafted puzzles and not just random.
Gen
Mines.
puzzles.
Yeah. And it's very fun. Procedural generation and puzzle usually don't go together so well. I mean, there's some types of puzzles that are generally fun and engaging to do. Usually they aren't very
What?
hard and they don't demand much from you. Perhaps you could say they're more casual puzzles, but those ones at least are easier to procedurally generate.
Rupees?
Did you just steal that boomerang?
No, it puts it back.
Oh, okay.
I
can't
wish
you
I could
steal in this
steal in
game?
this game.
You can commit terrorism, but you can't steal. Kind of messed up morals you have in this
Oh,
game.
Kitty kitty.
You can only commit ineffectual terrorism in this game, though. The bombs don't actually hurt anyone.
Always a chicken activity in these games.
Cuckoo, thank you.
They're chicken.
They're cuckoos. They have a name. Yeet.
Okay.
Oh, that yeet did not work. No, get back here. There we go. I got 3 of them.
You only asked for 2.
Yep.
The difference is that cuckoos are malicious.
I mean, chickens are also malicious. I think that cuckoos are just more capable of
Many
murdering
war
you.
crimes.
They know to work together.
God, I wanna go.
Why can't you go down the well?
Because I can't.
This is a bad game.
You know, I have no idea where to go. I've forgotten. I used to know how to.
You gotta save up for the boomerang.
I don't think I do.
Lemolona has fried your brain. You're no longer capable of thought.
I have to go help them. Oh, it's him!
I did tell you to go talk to the student earlier, and then you tried to, and the dog was in the way, and you gave up.
Well, the dog is on the left further.
You go around the dog.
No, the dog's still blocking the lower left area. This was just one, like, section over.
Yeah. Charging up attacks.
Yeah,
That's a thing that games have.
this is typical for a Zelda though.
I know.
Thank you, Master Swift. Now can I leave town? Please? I wanna go do stuff.
I think the best. I like the puzzles in Phenotopia. Just talking about Metroidvania kind of activity puzzles. But
Eh. I should have talked to the
They were
guard instead of
pretty
trying to
fun.
blow him up.
it's
That's generally a thing that is true.
it's true. Phenotopia had some creative-ish puzzles.
No, I can't.
It's always interesting when you have like a basic puzzle format, like put the things in the right order, play the right notes, but they change the way that you acquire the information to solve the puzzle into something that's interesting. And the puzzle is figuring out in what ways you can represent information. I just find that interesting. There's a few games that do that. There is an underrated game called Filament, I believe. Let me check that. Yeah, Filament, and you have these string-based puzzles, but also you have side puzzles that you can access. That they're various hidden puzzles, basically hidden in the environment. And you have to figure out in what way that translates into a solution. That makes sense. Phoenotopia sort of did that with some of its puzzles, where a lot of the puzzles in that game are you use a musical instrument to play different notes, and the notes they're represented by different colors and they're represented by symbols, as well as directions on the menu that you play the notes in. So you can use all these different forms of like differentiating the notes to figure out the correct order of something. And it may not always be obvious.
It was a little bit riddly.
It's still kind of an activity. It's an I'd call it an observational puzzle.
Oh, that's where I need to go. How do I?
How do you guys feel about games with a perspective gimmick?
Define perspective gimmick.
Like,
You have to use something from a particular viewpoint in order to do the thing, and the puzzle is getting to the right angle to view the puzzle.
I mean,
you
that's
mean like
common in 3D games, so I mean...
like Super Paper Mario, where you have to switch between 2D and 3D?
I don't know, I haven't played that game.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of weird gimmick for that one.
Or
I guess I'm thinking of 3D games, but doesn't...
there's Superliminal, which is like...
Oh, that's all about that,
yeah.
actually, but 2D games, there's, what's Fez? Isn't that perspective based?
I haven't played that.
Oh, shit.
There's another game that I believe started as a mobile game, whose name I cannot remember. Anyways, yeah, perspective puzzles can be interesting, but a lot of times I don't think they have that much depth to them, unfortunately. Which, of course, I haven't played Fez, and from what I understand, Fez has lots of secrets, so I could be wrong.
It's kind of sad that games based on, you know, perspective depth don't have any depth.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Well, that's why I laughed.
Well, maybe like Superliminal is based completely around it, so it might have found enough mechanics to make a whole game out of it.
Though I know Superliminal is also about positioning objects to make them larger or smaller, which isn't... I don't think that's the thing I've seen other perspective-based puzzles do. Which I find interesting. I need to play Superliminal. I believe it was in a Humble bundle at some point.
I think I had it on my wish list for a long time, but then never saw it on sale when I was trying to get it.
I am thinking of a particular game, but telling you that it has perspective-based puzzles would spoil it, so I will not mention it. But that game...
Just did the Mario sound.
Interesting. What's the Mario sound?
The growing noise.
Oh.
Oh.
I like the look of the hopping enemies in this game.
The Tektites?
Sure.
That's
They look pointy. I don't know.
They look like
Like
they
the
have a
aesthetic.
drum in their head, which is nice.
You
I
would
like
think
it
they would
better
drop
than...
rupees or something like that then.
Huh?
You would think they'd drop rupees or some other gem when you killed them then.
Oh no, bombing strictly prohibited. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. What a
Breaking more locks.
shame. Damn,
Good
it's
thing
not
you
my
didn't
fault.
forget about that tablet, or else you never would have found your way forward.
No, it was very obvious. And you know it was super obvious.
There's no cracked wall or anything. What do you mean?
No, okay, but it has the two little gates right next to it. It's a perfect. What do you mean? That is like super obvious for a Zelda game. It's not like La
Joke.
Mulana, where you have to, you know, look at a dancing man on a pillar.
Oh, that was so cool.
That was so dumb.
It was hard to figure out, but that was so cool.
I'm glad I stumbled my way into it. This has the Dark World theme mixed in. Nice.
I actually think I stumbled onto it too, because you kind of, I mean, that whole puzzle is just interact with the background elements in this area.
Yeah, all
But
of
of course
made
you
sense.
you see something that looks like a man on a wall. You don't know that he's dancing, but you're still gonna interact with it.
Yeah.
And that like solves it.
Stop it.
Maybe you're just supposed to bottle up whatever that is.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. I think I might. First, I'm gonna kill all the enemies though, because killing things is fun.
Is it?
Yes. I'm to dump the grody water. Yep. Care about your sword techniques. They're not as cool as Twilight Princess.
You see, some games like making combat a puzzle.
Mineral water. Oh yeah.
One
That.
one
Healthy.
particular game I've played some of recently and I could recommend is Into the Breach. You see, it is I would compare it to FTL, Faster Than Light,
Oh.
in terms of kind of roguelike progression, but the combat that you do in the game is very, it's I don't know, would you say it's strategical or tactical?
Strategical.
Probably tactical
It's
because
tactical.
Damn. Okay.
because they're just naming it after that certain obscure game. Like it's kind of
yeah.
that system.
But
From what I've
it's
seen of it.
but it is very you can do things. The levels are like puzzles, and there's always a solution that you're able to perform to win or get close enough to maybe I don't know, if make a wrong move early on, you're actually guaranteed to win the puzzle. But it's very enjoyable because you can sit there and look at the grid and you can make interesting decisions for solving the puzzle, such as sacrificing the health of one of your units to damage another unit or to prevent a unit from spawning onto the field that help minimize the risk. Because since it's a roguelike of sorts, you want to play very carefully and avoid making bad decisions.
Joke's on you. My
So-
life is a thing of string of bad decisions. There we go. That's what I was.
Yeah. So yeah, turn-based tactical puzzle solving. You have different types of units that you can upgrade and equip with different things. But the basic mechanics are very interesting. Much of the game revolves around pushing enemy units around. If you push a unit into another unit, it will damage both. If you push enemy units into water, it will drown. It's all very pushy. And of course, you have to be careful not to push things into your friendly units, which means you have to be careful if you position when your unit's too close to an enemy you want to attack, that enemy would bump into your friendly unit. It's just a very satisfying way to sort of puzzle.
Sort of. It is
Certainly-
10:30. Oh,
Certainly different than like other tactics games that I can think of. Though I haven't played many of those.
Not
But yeah,
the-
you're right.
best obscure tactics game of them all. Oh shit, I died.
Perfect timing.
Damn.
Game over. We failed to talk about puzzles.
I
Yeah.
mean, we talked about La Mulana. I think that counts enough, right?
Yep.
Set that down.
What will we talk about next week? Nobody knows.
Next week is videos.
Trailers, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess we do know.
It's no longer a puzzle. We don't have to think about it. We just have to look up trailers.
Yes. And by
Well-
us, that usually means you.
Yeah.
If you guys are excited, I sure am.
See what craziness came out this last month.
I'm sure we'll find something. We'll find some obscure game. It's gonna be the next Silk Song. And you'll only know about it if you watch our video or listen to our podcast. So obscure.
So obscure. That one will actually be advertising. Yay.
Have
On the
a
sub. But
yeah,
I
on
can't
the sub.
post it.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Sub will get
Uh,
mad at me.
that's true. Someone will recognize your name. Be like, hey, I know that. I know that
I know that
person. Get out of
troll."
here.
This is the bitch who keeps making stupid, weird things like Elder Scrolls being a Metroidvania.
I do not endorse this, by the way.
Yet you allow it,
The-
so
the-
I mean,
the-
your silence speaks volumes.
It's not endorsed by the mods. It is merely tolerated.
Tolerated to keep the worst trolls out.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Night, everyone.